This is the staple of our everyday lives. This is where my path has led me to realize this is the heart of my eating these days, are salads. Now, I'm not talking about a basic salad made of iceberg lettuce. What I'm getting to here is something that everyone can find in any grocery store across this country and beyond, are basically greens. We've got spinach, we've got arugula, sometimes also dandelion, but like a mixture. They call them mesclun greens. But you want deep greens that are tender and young, so they contain the most amount of phytonutrients. If you want to take your salads a step further, then you want to start thinking about sprouts. Sprouts are the key to health. Phytonutrient therapy. If you really want to see your health skyrocket, if you really want to see your energy level skyrocket, if you want to be full indefinitely on a vegan diet, sprouts are the key. If you want to eat the most nutrients, if you want to get the biggest bang for your buck, sprouts are where it's at. So sprouts can be expensive, they can be hard to find, they're easy to grow and inexpensive to grow. We'll get into that later. But easy to find are a small package of sprouts. Affordable, also a small package of sprouts. Just be sure that they're fresh. Sometimes when you go to the grocery store, they're not fresh. So that's really critical. But your best bet is also something much easier to find. Pretty much everywhere, anytime, deep greens. This is a great, great thing to include in your life at least once a day in a kind of main course meal. So also what we're going to include here are watermelon radishes. I love the color of these guys. They just inspire me. They're so beautiful, and they have incredible benefits for health. Sulforaphane, one of the main benefits of eating this food, really helps to combat excess estrogen in the body, helps to reduce our risk for cancer. A really phenomenal food. Additionally, we're going to increase our beta carotene and more phytonutrients in these colorful peppers, which are going to be in our dressing that is oil-free. And in our dressing, our main characters, the stars of our dressing, are going to be pine nuts and hemp seeds. I choose pine nuts because of their properties of extraordinary nature, but also because, cashews are also going to make you a really creamy sauce without oil, but pine nuts have more health-giving benefits. I always feel a little bit groggy when I eat cashews, although they're very common in plant-based diets. They're easier to find, they're more affordable, so if that's all you've got, use them. What I have today are pine nuts. I use this one specifically because it's creamy, and it's going to give us that nice, rich, creamy texture. Oftentimes when you're plant-based and you've gone vegan, to take plant-based a step further, I know that I missed that creamy texture, and this dressing is going to give it to you without, of course, the use of dairy products. So I'm going to start with the dressing. So we're going to use some pine nuts. We're also going to use some hemp seeds, which is really by far one of the most superior forms of vegan protein, hemp seeds. I mean, I don't even know where to start with these guys. They're so healthy for you. So here, instead of using any other liquid like oil, I'm going to use lemon juice. And so I have a very sophisticated way of juicing lemons, where I use my fingers, actually, to take the seeds. Now, I'm all about fast and easy. Planning and prep should be easy. We should be able to throw this dressing together in under 10 minutes. And part of saving time is also reducing dishes. So some people find it unsanitary to use their hands. I think, it doesn't really bother me. So if you want to use a strainer for this, a little sieve, that's fine too. But I have captured a whole lot of seeds in my hands. And you know what I should do with these seeds? I should really save these seeds. I should really put them out to dry, and then I should consider planting a lemon tree. Because these are seeds. This is the source of life right here. I shouldn't really throw them in the trash. So we need a lot of lemon juice. So I'm going to make sure I either save those seeds, or I give them to a friend, or I save them for a hopefully rainy day in the near future. And so we need quite a bit of lemon juice. We're not using vinegar in the salad dressing. If you can't find fresh lemons, because it's just not that time of year, if the only lemons you can find are not organic, you want to use vinegar to get the same flavor we're looking for here. I like lemon juice because it has enzymes in it. It has tonifying properties to it. It is just a phenomenal food. Well, I think one got in there. And I love lemons. I mean, just look at the color. It's so inspiring. It really just wakes my brain up. They really add a beautiful dimension to this. But again, if you can't find lemons or you can't find organic lemons, do not use the pasteurized stuff in a bottle. That is not going to give you any vibrancy in your skin, in your hair, in your nails, in your eyes. It's not going to add to your health. It's not going to be good. Just use a little bit of apple cider vinegar or, some other kind of vinegar, sherry vinegar. You want that phytonutrient therapy. You want these colors in your life. You want the nectar of these plants in your life. And right now I'm taking the nectar of this lemon and I'm using it as a liquid in my salad dressing, because I'm not using oil as the liquid in my salad dressing or vinegar as the liquid in my salad dressing. I'm using lemons. So here again, I've got a nice big amount of lemon seeds. My gosh, how many trees could I grow with this? Unbelievable, so exciting. Additionally, I'm gonna add some garlic to my dressing. Garlic has been boasted about for years in its healing properties, its anti-inflammatory properties, and its antifungal properties. I happen to really like the way it tastes. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this to this dressing, which is also gonna be a nice dip. And just basically peeling it and putting it in whole. I have this high-speed blender here, but you don't need a fancy blender to make this dressing. You can also make this dressing with a blender that's a little bit less fancy. A normal blender will do this fine. It might not be as smooth or creamy, but it will definitely mix it all together in a way that's delicious. Because that's really what we're after here. Listen, if it tastes good, you're gonna do it. You're gonna love it. And your friends will like it too. I really love to put some more color. You can slice these and put them in your salad, but I actually planned on putting them in our dressing because we don't have a lot of sweetness in our dressing. I'm actually gonna put it in with the seeds. There aren't many seeds here. So I'm just gonna pop those in whole. I'm gonna just use the other red one. These are from the market this weekend. This is the season for that. If you can't find organic red peppers though, don't use red peppers in this recipe. You actually don't need it. Garlic, lemon juice, seeds, maybe a little bit of water, you're good to go. I'm gonna use these because they're fresh, ripe, and from the farmer's market. So I'm gonna use them in my recipe. But again, if they're too expensive, because organic peppers can be really costly, then do not use them. They're gonna give you that sweet element. You could also add a little bit of sweetener here, a little bit of honey, if that's something that you're eating at this time in your life. Or you can add a little sweetener here. You can add, I don't really like the way stevia tastes in this recipe. You could add a few drops of stevia. You could also add a few drops of your favorite sweetener, perhaps maple syrup or some yacon syrup or Jerusalem artichoke syrup. So I want to add a couple of spices to this. I'm not going to get too crazy. So what I am going to do is I'm going to add some turmeric. I try to add turmeric like ginger to my life every day in every way. I don't really think you can get enough turmeric. Even when your hands start to turn yellow, I guess that's when you've got too much beta carotene in your body, or carotenoids. Anyway, so turmeric is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm going to add a little bit in my dressing. You barely even notice it's there, but you're going to get a nice, beautiful golden color. So we're going to get golden and red. So again, you know that there's a lot of phytonutrients in food when you see these vibrant colors. I love things spicy, so I'm going to add some spice to my dressing too. So, definitely, if you don't like spicy food, don't add that. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this little blender on and start to blend away. So you know that it's the right consistency when it's just a little bit thick. And this might be too thick for some of you, but you want it to be a little bit thick. If it's too runny, it's more like a soup. If it's too thick, it's not going to blend. So if your lemons were not as juicy, you can always add a little bit of water. This is going to be really tangy. It's going to be like extremely full of flavor. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's just like knocked out of the park. So good. Can't wait to put that on my greens. It's going to make a whole world of difference. So the salad itself is like the easiest part. The dressing is probably the most complicated thing. It's so simple, especially when you get triple washed. This means I don't even have to wash it. I mean, I normally would just because you just never know what kind of funky stuff got on there. But it's really simple. I'm gonna add some greens. I'm gonna add some sprouts. These are broccoli sprouts that I grew in my kitchen. I'm gonna put some slices on top. They're so beautiful. Look at them, they're so beautiful. Just makes everything look amazing. Watermelon radish. Hey, if you can't find watermelon radish, just use any radish. Or carrots. Carrots work beautifully too. I just like to peel them really fine because it just makes the whole experience a little more gourmet, a little bit more refined, and also easier to eat. Sometimes your jaw actually just gets tired of chewing. I always add fresh aromatic herbs. They alkalize the body, a topic that we're going to get a lot more into later on, but they are so tasty. Oh, and they smell so good. So we're going to also add some of these on our salad. So I like to chop them quite thin. You know, again, this is about making it not too complicated, right? You should be able to put your salad together and clean it up in 15 minutes. That's the goal, is really to get proficient at that. So now we've got the salad together. And then I like to put the dressing in a side dish, depending on how long you're going to be out. The dressing can go in here, or the dressing can go in another like small container. I want to give you a little tip though about salad dressing. So again, if you put it on and you don't eat it in the next hour or two, hour and a half, all the leaves are going to start to get soggy. And then you're going to have like a soupy, soggy salad, and that's kind of gross. I don't think you want that. So one thing that I've done, like if I don't want to bring a bunch of containers just because it's too much of a hassle, if I'm going on an airplane or if I'm going to be out and I just don't want my cooler to get messy, I put the dressing at the bottom of the dish. And then I put the salad back on top. Now, because I eat so much salad, I mean, I could probably eat the three of these, you know. I usually eat a salad. There we go. I usually eat a salad this size. You know, if I'm at home, you know, I'll eat a salad this size, right? So I'll almost eat the entire box of greens. Now I have a big appetite. I also work out, you know, a lot, and I have a big appetite. I'm a big woman, and you know, it's full of phytonutrients. It's food that's full of fiber and phytonutrients the way that nature intended it. It's going in, every single ingredient that I've included here is going in to fuel my body, to fuel my mind, to make my skin beautiful, to make my hair beautiful, to make me age gracefully, to help prevent degenerative disease and metabolic syndromes. I'm good with eating a large portion of this, you know? So here we go. Got our salad to go. Here we go. And then it's ready to go.